Hey everyone, Timbermaster here, and in today's video we're going to be going over some good healthy PE diet example meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So in this video, we're going to be going over the PE diet, what it actually is, and then we're going to be talking about some really healthy PE-friendly food options, particularly surrounding poultry and fish. And then we're going to take all of this and create a nice little menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then I'll show you how I prep my food, and then we'll break down each and every meal so you can replicate them and make some good healthy choices and decisions so you can lose weight fast and keep that weight off for good. Now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to have our target weight be between 120 and 140, but you're going to want to stick around for this one even if your target weight is outside of that range, because all you really have to do is adjust your portion sizes according to your ideal weight. Now first, if you're not familiar with the PE diet, I recommend watching this video right here where I thoroughly break it down. I think it'll be really helpful for you to fully understand it before watching this video right here. However, I'm going to talk about it right now anyway. So with the PE diet, the recommendation is to consume your ideal body weight in grams of protein while also consuming your ideal body weight in grams of energy, which is just net carbs plus fat. And the goal here is to really just try and consume this 1-to-1 ratio of protein to energy on a really consistent basis. Now, if our target weight is between 120 and 140, then that's exactly what we're going to be shooting for when consuming protein and then also consuming our energy, so our net carbs and fat. And another thing that I like to do with the PE diet is try to keep carbs relatively low to less than 50 grams a day. Now we want to do this for a variety of different reasons, but ultimately what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to start using fat as fuel, which is exactly what we want to do if we're trying to lose weight. Okay, well, let's get started with breakfast. Meal number one, we're kicking it off with donuts and OJ. Yeah, we're definitely not doing that. I was just kidding. Now for our real first meal of the day, we're gonna fry 3 eggs in about 1/2 tablespoon of grass-fed butter. We're also gonna have a grass-fed whey protein shake with about 1/4 cup of coconut milk and a little bit of water. And I also forgot to mention that with all of the food, I purchased it from Costco, Trader Joe's, and then I did buy the protein powder from Amazon. And I like this specific brand of protein powder because there's only one ingredient. It comes from grass-fed A2 cows, and apparently these cows are pretty happy, so that's pretty nice too. I'm gonna leave an affiliate link in the description down below if you're interested in checking it out. I will say this though, it tastes okay. All right, let's get started with our 3 fried eggs. So when cooking eggs, I prefer to cook them in a little grass-fed butter because it contains more healthy fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K. Now we're going to start by heating up a pan on low to medium heat, and then we're going to put about 1/2 tablespoon of butter in there and spread it evenly. And cooking the eggs on low to medium heat is going to be ideal because it's going to help retain more nutrients and prevent the fat from fully oxidizing. Now I'm going to crack a little bit of salt and pepper just to add a little bit of flavor, and then as these eggs are cooking, we can start making our protein shake. Now with our shake, all we're going to need is about 1/4 cup of coconut milk, 5 tablespoons of our grass-fed whey protein powder, a few ice cubes, and a splash of water. Okay, let's go ahead and start blending our shake. And why don't we go ahead and flip our eggs as well. Okay, it looks like everything is ready. Let's plate our eggs and then we can have that nice protein-packed breakfast. Okay, so that was meal number one. Now in total, we are looking at 42 grams of protein, 32 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbohydrates, 0 grams of fiber, coming out to a total PE ratio of 1.14, not too shabby. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, why add the coconut milk to the protein shake? If you didn't have the coconut milk at all, then your PE ratio would be even better. And I agree with this, but my answer to this question is that it's generally good to couple protein and fat together because it helps with digestion, it helps with absorption. And then when you look at some of the absolute best protein sources out in nature, typically meat, you're gonna be seeing high amounts of protein and high amounts of fat paired together. So I think this can be really beneficial, and I think it can be good to replicate this as well. But if you want your PE ratio to be even higher, go ahead and take out the coconut milk. It'll be totally fine. Now for meal number 2, lunch, we are going to be having a chicken salad. So we'll have 6 ounces of grilled chicken breast. We're going to have about 4 ounces of spring mix. And then we're going to make our salad dressing with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and apple cider vinegar. Now with the grilled chicken, this is actually going to be leftovers from the previous night. All I did though was salt and pepper them and let them rest for about 45 minutes. I fired up the grill to about 350 degrees and then I threw them on for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. But right now the chicken's a little on the cold side, so I'm gonna cut it up and let it sit for a bit. Now with this salad, all I'm gonna do is grab a couple of large handfuls of spring mix and throw it into a very large bowl. And for the salad dressing, I'll add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, eyeball a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, and then I'm gonna give that a little spin. And once the dressing is done, we can add the chicken on top, add the dressing, and then we are good to go with lunch. Okay, so that was lunch. Now, when it comes to all of our totals, with our protein, we had 40 grams. With fat, we had 33 grams. With carbohydrates, we had 8 grams. And then with fiber, we had 4 grams, coming out to a total PE ratio of 1.08. Success. Now, if you feel like you want to have an even better PE ratio, then you can just cut out a little bit of the olive oil and that should do the trick. However, a 1.08 PE ratio is pretty darn good. Okay, really quickly though, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It would really help with the YouTube algorithm and help promoting this channel and would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Now for dinner, meal number 3, we are going to be having about 6 ounces of wild-caught sockeye salmon. We're going to be cooking this in a lemon butter sauce. We're going to have about 2 tablespoons of butter and use about a half a lemon. Then we're also going to steam some broccolini and then maybe even use just a little bit of that lemon butter sauce on top of the broccolini as well. Now we have about 1.5 pounds of salmon that we're gonna cut in 4 pieces. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper and let that sit for about a half hour. And once we've hit that 30-minute mark, we can go ahead and heat up our pan to medium heat. And once we're there, we can put our butter in and let it melt. Now, as the butter is melting, we can quickly add the salmon fillets, flesh side down, and let these cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now we can flip to the skin side, and once these are flipped, we can let these cook for a couple more minutes. Okay, these look done now, so let's put these on a plate and let them rest. So to make the lemon butter sauce, we're gonna turn the heat off the pan, and then what we'll do is we're going to use some of the leftover butter and squeeze about half of a lemon into it, and then press about 1 to 2 garlic cloves in there, and then add a little bit of salt and pepper. Now we can let it reduce, continue to stir everything around, and then after about 60 seconds, we can add about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. All right, now let's spoon about 1 tablespoon of this lemon butter sauce onto the fish, and that's kind of starting to look pretty good. Now with the broccolini, we have about 8 ounces to steam, even though we're only gonna have 4 ounces of it. So we're really only gonna steam this for a couple of minutes, and that's really about it. Once it's cooked to your liking, we can then take it out and plate it. And if you want to add a little flavor to it, we can take about a tablespoon of the leftover lemon butter sauce and drizzle it on top of the broccolini, and then we can have our dinner. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Let's check out the details. Okay, meal number 3 in the books. When it comes to our totals, we had 41 grams of protein, 31 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of fiber, for a total PE ratio of 1.05. That is pretty good. And again, if you want to see an even better PE ratio, you can cut out some of that lemon butter sauce on the broccolini, but a 1.05 PE ratio is still very, very good. Now, what were our totals for the entire day? Well, we had 123 grams of protein, 96 grams of fat, 26 grams of carbohydrates, and 9 grams of fiber, coming out to a grand total PE ratio of 1.09. So overall, I think we had a really good day. We were able to get above that 1-to-1 ratio with protein to energy. We were also able to consume over 120 grams of protein, which was right within our target range. And then we also consumed very few carbohydrates while having a lot of healthy fat. And then lastly, we ate a lot of good, healthy vegetables. So overall, huge success, and I think we did a really good job. Remember, all 3 of these meals can be adjusted to actually see even better PE ratios, and they can also be adjusted according to your specific body weight, so they can actually almost work for anyone. Okay, well, if you like this video and you want to learn more about losing weight while getting healthy, then please subscribe to the channel, and then also please like this video as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you're interested in learning about 5 steps to lose weight fast, you can check out this video right here. The PE diet is in that one too. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. See you soon.